Always a team that makes a flashy entrance when they're on the road. Now we'll see if they can back it up on the court. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring Tucson as they go up against Jacksonville. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. So let's take a look at the starters for Jacksonville. They've got Morris, Brown out there with Poitras. Then it's Q, and it's Fernando in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Tucson, we've got Johnson. He's out there with ABC. ABC is out there with Williams. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win a championship.
Now here's Brown. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
How good is it to see the first one go through the net?
Here's Jerome. He gets it in there.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Three-pointer. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Williams. Pass to ABC. Now the pass to Jerome. Ball stolen. And here we go. Jacksonville, fast break. Chalk up 2 there. Q's got 5.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Troy Williams. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. Good on both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Q passes to Poitras. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Jerome. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Morris with the ball. Over Johnson. Morris, no good.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
Miles the pass to Jerome. Sweet little floater. Jerome's got his second basket of the night.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Passes it to Poitras. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Jacksonville shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
First one falls for him. And Jacksonville making a change here. And he makes both free throws. Tucson trails by 3. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. For Jacksonville, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Down low. Fernando, that's good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
For Tucson, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Williams. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Brown. Pass to Poitras. And he slams it one-handed.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Jerome, and there's the foul. It's on cue. That's his first foul. Kings checked in for Tucson. ABC comes in for ABC. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Jerome. Takes a shot at the elbow. Count it. Jerome's got 6 points.
Easy look for mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Here's Q. Plays it up and banks it in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Jerome. 6 points for him. It's good. 50 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Q. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Jerome. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Q. And again, it's Jacksonville.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Jerome passes to King. Here's ABC, and Jones sends it back. With 1 on the clock, can't hit that one. And so it's Jacksonville heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from Jacksonville so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of that?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for Jacksonville, we've got Brown. Jones is out there with Q, and it's Derrickson in at the 4 slot. And so here's Jacksonville. Tucson making their last shot. Just 5 to shoot. And that one hits back iron. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Tucson. 8-point game. And the pass to ABC. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Jones. Ripped away. Fast break. Here comes Tucson. Some solid defense from Brown. Jacksonville leading by 8. And out of bounds, Tucson will have it. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Tucson. On Thursday and then on Friday.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Williams, he's checked in for ABC. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by, Williams. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Jacksonville shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Poitras, the pass to Q. Fires the 3. Hands it from downtown. Q's got 6 here in this quarter.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
And Tucson calls their first time out of the game. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at Jacksonville.
Yeah, and a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Here's Harper. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Passes to Fernando. And it's Tucson with the rebound. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Williams dishes to Miles. Johnson, the pass to Miles. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Morris. Here's the break. Here's Q. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. And Jacksonville leads by 9. For Tucson, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Williams looking around. And the slam by Williams.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here is Morris. Lets it go. And again, it's Jacksonville. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Williams. And there's another one for Tucson.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
And now the first timeout called here for Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
1:12 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Fernando. Good ball movement here by Jacksonville. Clock at 4. Got it. Good job in the low post. Fernando's got 6 points.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Outside Williams. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Takes a 3. And again, Jacksonville with the triple.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And it's King with the rebound.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than...
Oh, what a play!
Watch your head.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And so we wrap up the first half. Jacksonville out front, up by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Taking a look at Jacksonville. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere. Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. What can you say? Q, an impressive effort here today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Johnson is out there with ABC, then it's ABC, then it's Williams, and it's Jerome in at the 1. Fernando, that's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And for Jacksonville, Q out there with Morris, then there's Brown, and it's Fernando in at the 5 spot. Here's ABC, here's Jerome, drops in the tray. Jerome's got it back down to within single digits for Tucson. And every so often, Steve, we'll see 2 teammates fighting over a rebound. You ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying get out of here, especially for a lot of those bigs. It was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
Here's Jerome, following the score by Jacksonville. Outside Williams, lets it go from deep, and Tucson another 3.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Releases from 15, the rebound by Johnson. Tucson trails by 8. Williams in the post, Brown on him. Shots good by Williams. Williams has got 15.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Poitras, the pass to Q. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Jerome. 13 points in the game. Pass to Johnson. Williams up on top. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Fernando's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now a timeout called by Jacksonville. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And Tucson has possession. Following this score by Jacksonville. Johnson against Jones. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
That's his first personal foul.
For Tucson, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Johnson taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Johnson drops them both. 1:51 left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Kicks to Brown. Here's Derrickson. Misses off the left iron.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Jerome passes to Johnson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
To the inside. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Time called here. Tucson decides to talk it over. You look at Q, he's been playing really well.
I mean, he continues to burn them with his scoring, and the coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Kings checked in for Tucson.
George King.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. Tucson moving it around. Here's Jerome. 13 points in the game. And Jones sends it back. And here we go. Jacksonville fast break. That one good for 2. And it's a 10-point Jacksonville lead.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Here's Derrickson. Shoots over King. Derrickson's shot is off.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
The pass to McCall. Shoots a three. Hits it from three-point range. McCall's got his second bucket of the night.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
And so it's Jacksonville, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Tucson trails by 9. Johnson is out there with King. Then it's ABC. Then it's Williams. And it's Jerome in at the point guard.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Good. Nice job down low. And Jacksonville leads by 9.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
There's the triple. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Passes it to Q. Here's Fernando. And it's Troy Williams with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Tucson making some changes. ABC comes in for King. And ABC subbed in for ABC. Morris outside. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morris has got the lead up to 12 now for Jacksonville. You know, Smitty, if you were playing today, who would you least like to see coming at you on a fast break?
I think in his prime, it would be LeBron James. Russell Westbrook is another guy I'd be kind of afraid of. I know it'd be a collision. But I say right now, it has to be Giannis because of the force and his jumping ability and the way he just glides to the rim.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're right. Here's Jerome. Johnson at the elbow. Out of bounds. Jacksonville takes possession. And so here's Jacksonville. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Here's Morris. And it's Tucson with the rebound. Jerome passes to Miles. Here's Jerome. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. And Williams throws it down.
He is a scoring machine right now, but he needs more support from his teammates if they want to win this one.
Now a timeout called by Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Jacksonville's coach went over things with his team during that timeout. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Thanks, David. And Poitras gets it to go.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Brown against Williams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for Tucson, at the line for two.
Tucson.
And the first one drops. And Williams drops them both. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. They get a hand on it. Q makes it off the glass. Q's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
1:35 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Poitras. Brown right side. Pass to Q. Here's Poitras. He's guarded by Williams. 5 on the clock. Fernando, that's good. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
Time called here. Tucson decides to talk it over. They trail by 14. 1:15 left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Q.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Williams inside the line. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Jacksonville leading by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Jacksonville.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Q.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Morris kicks to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Now here is Morris. He's tightly guarded. Back to Brown. And so Jacksonville takes the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.